Hey guys, so today I wanted to show you my coloring books, my collection of coloring books. I've been into coloring lately, so I have a bunch of them right now. And probably not the last ones I'm gonna buy. So I don't know the total I own, but I'm gonna show you today what coloring books I own, and I hope you like this video. I honestly love to watch people who show you their coloring books and their collection of coloring books. And another thing I want to mention in the beginning, my first language is not English. I'm German, to be honest, and so please don't mind my English. It's not the best, I know. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and we're gonna start with this one. It's called the Magic Totem, and I really like this coloring book. I just got it like a couple days ago. If you wonder why I have these sticky notes in here, it's because I like to have sticky notes in the pages that I already colored or that I really like. So this coloring book is by Nadia Vasilkova. I don't know how to pronounce her name. And as you see, it has like a wolf on the cover, and there's actually a few in the book as well. I like this coloring book. It's really challenging. Like, I can show you the one I'm currently working on. Where is it? It is this one right here. I'm currently working on this one. And as you can see, it has a lot of detail and it is really challenging, so nothing for kids, but I don't think I own any coloring books that are especially for children, so I most likely only have adult coloring books. But as you can see, they are really challenging and they're really detailed, but they're really beautiful. And well, this one, she said on her Instagram, is I think her most favorite or her most famous one. So it's like a bull, and I really like this coloring book, I have to say, and I just can't recommend you buying it. I will have the link for this book on Amazon, for the US Amazon website and for the German one. So I hope you like this book. I really do. And let's go on to the next one. This one I bought a couple of weeks ago. It's the Color Me Good Cara Delevingne. I really like Cara, and that's why I decided to get this book. I haven't been coloring in this one. I have one page, but I don't like the page that I colored, and I have to see what page. This page I colored, and I don't think it's that good because I was doing it with watercolor pencils, and as you can see, the black is just not showing off right, and I just don't like it. I have to see how to work watercolor pencils in this book because the paper is quite different from the other coloring books I own. It's like, it has a weird texture, I guess. It's really shiny, and I don't know. It doesn't have a good texture, I guess. So that was this book. It has, I don't know how many pictures, but it has a lot of Cara Delevingne pictures in it, and if you like her, then I recommend you buying this book. But I think it's best for markers, and I don't think it's that good for watercolor pencils, I have to say. The next one I really love, and it was my second coloring book that I got, and it's called The Look coloring book, and it's a fashion coloring book, and I really like it. I can show you a few images that I already colored in. There's this one, and in this book I have to say I only color with watercolor pencils. As you can see, the paper does there's no bleed through, but it does, like, I don't know how to say it. You can see that it's made with watercolor, but I don't have a problem with that. I really like it. This one I'm currently working on, but never quite finished it. So another one I finished is this one. I really like it, and I think the pages are really beautiful. The paper is a good quality paper, and you have a lot of different cities around the world, like you have Paris, for example, with the Eiffel Tower, and then you go to London. In this chapter you have London, and you have a lot of different cities, and I really like this coloring book, and I recommend this coloring book to everyone because it's just great quality. It has beautiful images, and it's just really, really pretty. So it's called the Look coloring book. The next one is a really famous coloring book, and it's called Morphia. I think if you're into coloring, you know this book. I really like it, and I was like, I never heard of that book, but when I was on YouTube, I saw another another artist, whatever how you want to call it, coloring in this book, and then I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. And I can show you an image that I've already done. This one. I always have this see-through paper because I don't like to have like red on this page or whatever, so I finished coloring this one. And another one I have finished. They're really detailed. You have a lot of doodles in between, and but I really love these pictures. This one I'm currently working on. I have this rooster done already, but this one I have to finish yet, and I haven't. But this double page, and I hope you guys can see this on the camera like fully, both pages. This one I have finished already. And in this coloring book I mainly color in with colored pencils, and the back I like to do with soft pastels. I really like how that comes out. And this coloring book is really beautiful as well, and I can just recommend you buying it as well. I have to say that most of my coloring books I recommend to people because they're really beautiful, but it's like you have to decide whether or not you like these books, but I can recommend Morphia for sure. The next one I have to say I recommend as well, but there are like a few things that I quite like, I don't like really, but I will show you. First, let me show you a page that I've already done. Let's take this one. In this book I color with gel pens, and as you can see, there is no bleed through. And I do the animals. The whole book is full of animals. I will do them with colored pencils, and the background I will do with soft pastels, just as in Morphia. And well, as you can see, they're like really detailed, and I will show you a picture, for example, where it's like almost impossible to draw these in or to color these in. I have to see. Let's take this one, for example, the front page. These little birds, you can't even color in. They're just too small, and that's what I don't like about this book, because I think it's really like sad that you can't color these in. This one was really hard to color in as well because they're just too small, but then again this one wasn't too hard to color in, and I really like how it came out. But you have to decide whether or not you like to color in these like small images or not. So it's all up to you, but I can recommend this book because it's just a few pages that have these really small images, and you always have a quote on the back, and it's really affordable. I paid €5 for that, so around $6 to $7. It's really, really affordable. So if you like these small images or these small pieces to color in, then I can recommend you buying it. But please be aware that you cannot color this with watercolor pencils or markers because it's just too small. You have to use like these fine liners or gel pens, because otherwise you won't get into the really small pieces. So be aware of that, but otherwise I can recommend you this book. It's called, in English it's called Dreamcatcher Life on Earth. So yeah, I can recommend you if you want to color like really small pieces. The next one I have is this one. This was my first coloring book I got. It's called Dover Coloring Book, Forest Animals, and I got this while I was in the United States. I like in Dover that you have like these really beautiful images, and then you have an explanation of whatever you're coloring in on the bottom. So let's see if I have colored in. Yeah, I have colored in this page with colored pencils, and they're really detailed. They're really affordable. They're like $4. So yeah, I can recommend you this book as well if you want to have something to educate you and to color in. So yeah, see, there's a lot to color in, a lot of detail. The next one I have is also from Dover Coloring Books. It's called Mystical Mandala Coloring Book. And yeah, I really like this book. I have a lot of pages colored in already. For example, the one from the cover. And I use mainly colored pencils in this one because I think it's the easiest, so you can be sure there's no bleeding through. And yeah, this double page I finished. I really like the mandalas, they're really pretty. I actually ordered the second one, like the second book from Mystical Mandala, but has not arrived yet, so I can really recommend you this book if you like mandalas, or however you pronounce it. But yeah, try it out. It's really affordable as well. It's like $3.99 on Amazon. So on to the next one. This one I just got yesterday. It's the tattoo coloring book, and in English it's from Creative Haven, so you can actually get it on the US Amazon page as well. I got this yesterday, so there's nothing colored in yet, but I will show you a few images. It has nothing on the back, so you can use markers. If you lay like a page in between, then there's not going to be any bleed through on this image or whatever. So as you can see, it's like tattoo style. It's something different. I don't own nothing like that, so I think it's really beautiful to just have something else, like something different. There's a skull with a rose, and you can just color it in, have fun with it, and it's just unique, I think. This was affordable as well. It's like $3.99 as well. So it's a tattoo coloring book. I just show you this. I cannot tell you how this works with the like art tools you want to use, so I have to update you guys on this one, but I don't know how that will work out with markers or watercolor pencils, but I think I will use colored pencils on this one. I think the shading will be just fine with colored pencils, so yeah. The next one I got this week as well is also from Dover Coloring Books. It's the Victorian Houses, and I really like this one as well. It's so incredibly detailed. Just as you can see, it has houses in it, as the title says already, and you can color them in with whatever you want, but I think the paper works best for colored pencils or soft pastels. I actually bought soft pastel pencils, and I think I will use them in here as well. And yeah, this is $3.99 as well, so really affordable. If you like these kind of coloring books, then I will recommend you getting this one because it is really detailed. It can take you forever to color, for example, this page in, and just to get your mind off and to get a little bit educated as well, because it has on the bottom, it has information as well as all the Dover coloring books do. So yeah, the Victorian Houses coloring book. The next one is also from Dover. As you can see, I like to get these in my Amazon cart because I think they're just affordable, and whenever you're like, you don't hit the amount of money you have to get free shipping, then I just put a Dover coloring book in. This one was like $3. This one was incredibly inexpensive, and it is Antique Dolls, and I like this book because the images really look like a doll and not like, I don't know, like a human. They're like really great. In this coloring book, I only colored this one, but I have to color this as well to finish it. For this coloring book, I decided to use only soft pastels because I think they perform great on the paper and for the soft look for these images. So it has the information of what doll you're coloring in on the bottom and what artist or whoever was like, I guess, creating that doll. Yeah, so this book is, this was published in 1999 or something, so it's really old, but I still like the look of the coloring book, and I think they're just beautiful images. So yeah, if you like these kind of coloring books, then I recommend you getting this one, and it's really affordable as well. Now we only have 2 left. And this one I got in the mail yesterday. It's another Mandela coloring book. It's $5. I don't know if you can get this in English, but yeah, I think you can get this in the US Amazon store as well, but then you don't have like English language in it, only German. So what I like about this book is that it first is incredibly affordable. Second, all mandalas have a black background. It's just different. You can use neon gel pens on this so that they can pop out really well. And it's almost like cardboard paper. It's really thick paper. As you can see, it's really hard for me to push down the spine. But I love the mandalas, and it's a total of 126 mandalas, and they all have the black background. You can actually tear the papers out, but I won't do that because it's double printed and I don't think I could decide which one I want to frame or something. But this coloring book I really recommend because it has the black background and it's just different, it's unique, and I really like it. So another Mandela coloring book. The last one you can get in English, that I know for sure, because I was actually looking it up for, I was actually looking for the English one, the Can't Sleep coloring book, but it was about $6 more expensive than the German one, so I was like, well, it has the same images, it probably has the same quality, so why not buy the German one? This was $5, and in the English one here in Germany is around $12 to $13. So incredibly inexpensive if you buy the German version in Germany. I don't know how much it is in the US, but well, it's the Can't Sleep coloring book, as I said before. I really like the cover. It just looks, I like the galaxy design, and it just looks beautiful. It has a lot of different images in it, and I really like the images because you just have a lot of variety to color. And yeah, like there's mandalas in it, there's really fine details like this one, but there's also chunky lines or big lines like this one. So for everybody's taste there's something in it, and this one I started coloring in. So you can definitely use markers on this one because the pages are so thick. I don't think there's gonna be any bleed through or whatever. So yeah, this one is probably a book you can have as a present for a friend because there's gonna be something in it that they like, and I can just recommend you buying this book because you can spend hours on these images coloring in because they're just beautiful, they're quite detailed, and there's something for you that you like, I guess. So yeah, in English, the Can't Sleep coloring book, and in German you can see the title. That were all of my coloring books, and I hope you liked this video. As I said, I can recommend almost any book that I showed you besides these two, the Victorian and the Dreamcatcher Life on Earth, because you have to want to color these small details in. If you don't like that, then I don't recommend you buying these. But other than that, I can recommend any book that I showed you. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up.